Hello, everyone. Today, before we start our episode, we just have to get to our sponsors real quick. This week's episode is sponsored by deadcanvas.com. You can find them on Facebook. They are a fantastic artist collective. This week's Dead Canvas featured artist is NHNF. You can find this person on Facebook at NHNF Pencil Portraits, as well as Instagram, and their Twitter account is at NHNF Pencil. Once again, our sponsor for this episode is deadcanvas.com. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much, and please enjoy our interview with the producers and writers from the local horror film Death Drop Gorgeous. Welcome to Absurd and Report Podcast. I'm Derek.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Nicole.
Today we have very special guests, Mike and Brandon from the movie Death Drop Gorgeous.
How's it going?
How's your day going so far?
It's good. It's good. I took a personal day, so I can't complain.
Wonderful. We all need those for sure, and especially during I feel things are really tense when I go out, and it's taking its toll on a lot of people for sure.
I definitely wish I had a personal day today.
Yeah, Nicole could have used a personal day. But we all saw the movie. We loved it, and we just wanted to find out some more about it, and that's kind of why we reached out. So first things first, the release night. When did you guys release the movie, and where was it?
So due to COVID, which will probably just be a running theme here, all the festivals we were accepted into have either gone virtual or have postponed until next year. So we technically premiered virtually through Wicked Queer, which is a long-running Boston-based LGBTQ film festival. The first in-person thing we did was at Dusk. Was it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did like a COVID-friendly, social distance outdoor screening on the side of Dusk, where, as you mentioned earlier, we filmed a huge scene in. So technically in-person premiere 3 weeks ago, virtual premiere, it was in July.
The gore in it is pretty fucking ridiculous.
It is notable.
So we actually didn't end up winning an award for the gore, but we got nominated. I think our gore is pretty award winning too, but that Vito's had some fun scenes in it too, so it was a good movie to lose to, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, a nomination is good enough.
It won our award for sure. We're big fans of gore. Tom Savini is amazing, and we saw a lot of practical effects that just were executed really, really well.
Yeah, Victoria Elizabeth Black. I don't know if you guys watched the show Dragula. It's like
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Victoria Elizabeth Black from season 2. She was like runner-up on season 2. She did a bunch of the gore scenes for us, and then another special effects artist by the name of Scott Miller, who is based in Massachusetts, did a couple other scenes. So between the two of them, and then the smaller ones we kind of just executed on our own, but like the big chunky ones that you probably
if you don't
remember, or
That's
either
impressive.
Victoria or Scott.
if you don't like seeing a penis get ground up, this might not be your film.
Yeah, chunky was a good way to describe the style of effects going on there.
Yeah, for sure.
So we know.
I'm not a big fan of CGI. I just don't know why people continue to use it. It looks like shit. It just hasn't really been mastered well for horror, I think. Every now and then you see a rare occasion where it works, but it's not worth like gambling with that, honestly.
I feel like if you're going to use it, you can use it in a real minimal way. But if you're basing, say, a character upon the fact that it's going to be CG, you've already kind of lost me from the jump.
Oh yeah.
Aside from, we were talking about, I know Josh was appeared as an extra in one of the scenes, and that was filmed at dusk in Providence.
Yes.
Now, where were there other locations in Providence? Where were the main locations you guys shot?
Oh man, just like literally all over Providence in Rhode Island. We did like one scene in an apartment in Provincetown, but every scene you see, I think, is in Rhode Island at Providence proper. The Dark Lady was the club we filmed at, where they were super accommodating. We did the basement at the Providence Eagle,
Pizza J.
Pizza J, yeah. So we were kind of hopping all over and
Replayed the Coliseum.
oh yeah, we did the Coliseum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So any sort of connects we had, we exploited.
I like how the bathroom at dusk in it is actually the bathroom at AS220.
That's gonna be a deep
Only
deep
a Providence native
trivia.
would know that.
I worked there. I
IMDb.
cleaned that fucking bathroom out.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. All right, so I know the film is still showing at festivals. What are some upcoming dates? I think we're probably going to get this episode out within the week. So let's say going forward for the Halloween season, how can people watch?
Yeah. So the next fest, if it's going to be within the week, the next one is Denver Film Fest. They have a subset of their festival called Cinema Q. So it'll be available to stream from September 25th through October 1st. But if you missed that, fear not. We are also in Salem Horror Fest, which is also doing a virtual streaming type thing. And that's going from October 1st to October 11th. So those will be the next two times Death Drop Gorgeous will be available.
And Salem Film Fest, I mean, that's big leagues we're talking there, huh?
That's super exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. It's one of our biggest accomplishments thus far for the movie. And they, Kay, who is the program director, has been so sweet and so supportive of us. So we were really excited to get into Salem Horror.
I give them a lot of credit because it's a month-long fest, too. I mean, they have stuff going on every weekend of October, and it's a lot of work. We actually, how we got Linnea Quigley in the movie, too, was via the Salem Horror Fest. Our friend Devin scored the movie. He's in that band Bricks and Mortar and played drums in Sexcrement. And Linnea Quigley was in one of their music videos. And she was doing it was like the 30th anniversary of Return of the Living Dead at Salem Horror Fest.
Oh, damn.
Devin hooked us up with her. And we came back the next year, met with her again, and I asked if she wanted to do that scene in the movie, and she did. But yeah, that the Horror Fest, it's a lot of work, and it's done by a very small group of people. So I give them a lot of credit for keeping it going as long as it's been going and just how fun it is.
We all love movies here. I've never made a movie or been a part of making a movie. Was this your first your team's first attempt at a full length feature? I mean, or was this a long time in the making?
Our first full length.
Yeah, we just decided to skip because a lot of filmmakers do like shorts first, and we were like,
right.
nah, like let's just
all right, so you just went right,
dove
right in it.
So,
that's crazy.
We all dabbled, I guess, but none of us have really made a feature or a short for that matter. So yeah, this is our first film.
In our brains, when we were first conceptualizing all of this and getting the script and screenplay done, we could probably film this in like a year or two, and no.
How long was it altogether?
So over starting the script until now at this point, it's been 5 years.
Oh shit!
Filming, filming
That's
took
dedication.
it was long. Filming took 2 years, but I mean, as you guys know, it's like a DIY grassroots thing.
Right.
We were filming on nights and weekends and moving around through people's schedules. Our actors donated their times. So we just whenever we had an opening, we tried to shoot, but Yeah, it took a very long time.
If we had like any kind of if we needed more money, we would take a break and do some kind of fundraising. So that would take time away from filming. So it was it took a while. It was worth it though. It was fun.
Now, Mike, what was your role in the production of the film?
So I co-wrote and co-directed the movie, and I also play Detective O'Hara, the one that looks like he just woke up every time he's in a scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was me. And then I co-wrote it with Brandon and Chris Dalby.
And Brandon, same question.
Yeah. So I co-created. I played Tony Two Fingers in the movie. Did some editing and did director of photography.
Oh wow! All right, great. And I know Chris, and it must have been a pleasure to work with him.
Oh yes, our lovely Chris Dalby, who wanted to just apologize for not being able to make it for this conversation this evening. He's feeling a little under the weather,
No.
so you get the two of us. Sorry.
It's quite all right. He's been blocked and unfriended. The damage has been done.
So I have a question for you guys. What inspired you to make this movie? Like, do you guys have any like favorite horror flicks that kind of like inspired you to make this film?
So I think my favorite horror movies didn't really influence this kind of film, but there's I'm a huge fan of 80s slashers. And I really love a lot of, like the Abel Ferrara stuff, like Miss 45 and Driller Killer. I love like just how DIY and like just like kind of gruesome and like grainy that those movies were. And we're also pretty inspired by just like the total lack of like gay horror. Which
I
felt
love
was,
that.
was
It's like
time
a
to make
spite
one that
movie.
was gross and crazy with characters that haven't really been depicted before. And we wanted to go all out with the colors and stuff too. So we referenced a lot of the old Giallo films too. We wanted like the drag queens and the nightlife to be this kind of surreal, like hyper colorful fantasy land, and during the day keeping it like kind of drab and sad. But yeah.
I think we obviously pull some inspiration from like John Waters. Chris's favorite movie is Death Becomes Her, so like
Yes.
All right.
I love that
Yeah.
film. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's excellent. And he always gravitates toward like the camp horror. So I think between the three of us, we'd all just kind of like went into this melting pot, and this is what you get, I guess.
I'm with it, honestly.
And I do believe they're remaking Death Becomes Her, and
I know. It's
Goldie
like,
Hawn and Meryl Streep. How do you do this?
I don't know how I feel about
How
that.
do you do this?
I mean, like, I think COVID's been enough for the human race. Like, this remake is the brakes on.
That's the one that's gonna just push
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we don't.
push everything over the edge.
Yeah, maybe we don't.
That's when the death
Maybe
rides.
we
The
don't touch it,
Exorcist
you know?
remake apparently got shelved too. I really hope it stays there.
And that's what the Burning Red Sun in Providence was yesterday. It was.
They announced that remake
They announced
officially.
it's officially canceled. I was like,
Thanks, Satan.
They saved us all.
There's Meryl Streep looking down from heaven.
Wait, is she dead?
No.
So, with you guys being Dragula fans and fans of the drag community, are there drag queens in particular that you just like really like or get inspired by?
any of the queens in our movie are worthy of a follow. Peyton St. James, who played Gloria Hull,
I was dying. Yeah.
a pro, and she actually won Best Supporting Actor at Houston Horror, which was really, really cool. Ninny Nothing's in our movie. She's a local gal. Naoki, they're all actually local drag queens. So yeah, Ninny Nothing, Naoki Fatal, Kelly Square, Jacqueline Demera, Ladiva Jones has a cameo. So we're super fans of our local scene.
Righteous.
Kitty Litter is like Peyton's character is based on Kitty Litter too. She's kind of like a local legend.
In regards to like bigger queens, I guess, obviously we love Victoria Elizabeth Black, and the only reason why she's just like on this project is Brandon was like looking at her up on the internet and found that she has like a special effects company, and he like shot his arrow in the dark and reached out, and they were like, yeah, we're down, and they drove their van up from Florida, and they stayed
Wow.
yeah, and then stayed with us for a week, and then did 3 special effects scenes in a very surreal.
I love
bizarre.
that so much.
Yeah, super talented, super pro. We love Peaches Christ, Vander Von Odd.
Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah, Louisiana Purchase is really sweet. So
Timmy Brown.
Oh.
Timmy Brown all the time.
yeah,
Katya.
Louisiana Purchase is probably my favorite name.
Yeah, I was gonna interject and
it's a
say that.
fantastic drag name. Yes.
Lady Bunny too, of course.
Well, what we want to know, what's next? That's surely not a one and done from your team. What's as we kind of continuously say, things are kind of slowed down a little bit, but a lot of my artist friends have kind of used this for time to do more writing and create. So, what is creating in this atmosphere been like?
So we're working on a remake for Death Becomes Her.
All right, I'm out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Well, thankfully, myself and Brandon, we live together.
Oh.
So we've actually wrote 2 screenplays in quarantine.
Yes!
Yeah, so
Derek
which
wants
is
it already.
Yeah, probably the most prolific we've been in our entire lives, creatively. So we actually are starting the casting, hopefully, of our next feature, which is sort of a noir meets, I don't know, The Wicker Man meets, how else would you say it?
There's a Clive Barker vibe to it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's a lot darker.
I'm in there.
Yeah, darker. It'll still be horror.
It's almost like fantasy horror, but like dark.
Yeah, we're really excited about that one. So we're hoping to get into production in the winter, maybe. It's a small cast, a lot smaller than Death Drop, so we're hoping it moves a little faster.
Yeah, it might.
But yeah, so we have a couple projects in the works and some other like local fun things we want to do. Yeah.
We have like a big project, like our dream project, but we need like a big budget to do it. We're not gonna like fuck around and try to make it without the money we need. But that one is very, very much so Providence too. It involves like the Providence noise rock scene in the thousands, the mafia, and then like a giant H.P. Lovecraftish monster.
okay.
So kind of divulged right now, but like that's kind of like our big one. So yeah, all those things kind of work together in that film, and it's gonna be crazy.
That does sound crazy.
And yeah,
I'm into
true
it.
to our city.
Always a fan of giant slimy puppets.
Same.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking some time and joining us here on Absurd and Report podcast. Once again, Mike, Brandon, have a great week.
You guys too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
having
thanks for
us.
coming on.
No, thank you.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye bye.